Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Azhara Wiliningrum. Uh, Pada video kali ini saya akan menjelaskan tentang listening comprehension pada mata kuliah TOEFL Preparation. Baik, sebelum kita masuk ke bagian listening comprehension, aku mau ngejelasin sedikit tentang apa itu TOEFL. TOEFL adalah sebuah tes kemampuan berbahasa Inggris yang sangat menjadi syarat ketentuan untuk universitas dan biasanya saat kita melamar pekerjaan itu tes TOEFL ini sangat penting. Di dalam tes TOEFL ini terdiri dari 3 section. Yang pertama ada listening comprehension, terus ada structure and written expression, dan yang terakhir ada reading comprehension. Dalam tes TOEFL ini ada minimal skor ketentuan. Biasanya minimal skor yang ditargetkan oleh perguruan tinggi dan perusahaan itu minimal 450. Oke, kita masuk ke bagian listening comprehension. Di sini ada what's the general overview of listening comprehension. As stated before, the listening section consists of 50 questions that function to test the ability to understand spoken English in typical interaction, talks, and conversation. The audio in this section is presented only one time and test taker may not take notes. Furthermore, this section takes about 35 minutes to complete, and it is divided into 3 parts, which are in part A, test taker will have short conversation between 2 people. Next, a single question about the conversation will follow, and the test taker will have to choose the best answer based on the short conversation. Lalu, in part B, test taker will have longer conversation between 2 people about casual topics. Then, it will be followed by several questions about the conversation, and the test taker has to choose the best answer for each question based on the long conversation. In part C, the test taker will hear short talks by one person about school life or an academic subject. After that, it will be followed by a number of questions about the topic, and the test taker has to choose the best answer for each question based on the short talks. Lalu, ada how about the strategies for listening comprehension. Bagian journal strategies ada be familiar with the directions, ada listen careful to the passage, knowing where the easier and more difficult questions are generally found within each part of the listening comprehension section on the paper test. The questions generally progress from easy to difficult. Be familiar with the pacing of the test. Never leave any blank answer on your answer sheet. Lalu yang kedua ada specific strategies. Part A, as you listen to each short dialogue, focus on the second line of this conversation because the answer to the question is generally found in the second line. Keep in mind that the correct answer is probably a restatement of a keyword or idea in the second line of the dialogue. Think of possible restatements. Keep in mind that certain structure and expression are tested regularly in the short dialogue, which are structure, passive, negative, wishes, and conditions, function, expression, agreement, uncertainty, suggestion, and surprise. Even if you don't understand the complete dialogue, you can still find the correct answer. Be prepared for the next question. You have only 12 seconds between questions. Part B. If you have time, prefer the answer to the listening part B question. While you are looking at the answer, you should try to do the following. Anticipate the top Anticipate the topics of the conversation you will hear. Anticipate the question for each of the group answer. Listen carefully to the first line of the conversation. The first line of the conversation often contains the main idea, subject, or topic of the conversation, and you will often be asked to answer such question. As you listen to the conversation, draw conclusion about the situation of the conversation. Analyze who is talking, where the conversation take place, or when it take place. You will often be asked to make such inference about the conversation. For the last in part B, as you listen to the conversation, follow along with the answer in your textbook and try to determine the correct answer. Detailed questions are generally answered in order in the conversation, and the answer often sound the same as what is said in the recording programs. Part C. If you have time, preview the answer to the listening part C question. While you are looking at the answer, you should try to do the following. 1. Anticipate the topics of the talks you will hear. 2. Anticipate the question for each of the group answer. Listening carefully to the first line of the talk. The first line of the talk often contains the main idea, subject or topic of the talk, and you will often be asked this type of question. As you listen to the talk, draw conclusion about the situation of the talk, analyze who is talking, where or when the talk takes place, and which course this lecture might be given in. You will often be asked to make such inference about talk. As you listen to the talk, follow along with the answer in your textbook and try to determine the correct answer. Detailed questions are generally answered in order in the talk, and the answer often sound the same as what is said on the record. Lalu kita masuk ke listening comprehension. What are the material for listening comprehension? Part A, short conversation. In part A, terdapat second line, synonym, and similar sound. The answer to the question is most often, but not always, found in the second line of the conversation. Other than the answer to question usually accepted in a form of synonym, word with similar meaning but different sound of keyword in the conversation. Jadi di part A, bagian short conversation ini, kita harus memahami, kita harus mendengarkan dengan jelas pembicara yang akan diputar nanti saat audio diputar itu. Kita harus fokus pada dialog kedua atau second line. Biasanya pada bagian second line ini terdapat jawaban yang akan nanti dipertanyakan oleh narator. Lalu synonym. Biasanya di short conversation ini akan ditanya persamaan. Tapi persamaan ini synonym and similar sound. Persamaan ini adalah persamaan yang memiliki makna yang sama tetapi pengucapan yang berbeda. Jangan terkecoh karena biasanya pada jawaban itu terdapat kata yang sama namun maknanya berbeda. Itu menjadi pekecoh. Jadi kita harus benar-benar merhatiin dan memahami apa yang dimaksud atau apa yang ditanyakan. Di sini ada contoh-contohnya, ada second line, ada synonym, ada similar sound. Di sini bisa kita lihat contoh dari second line. Kita bisa lihat di sini second line ini, yes, he forgot to turn in his visit paper. Nah, jawaban yang tepat menurutku adalah D. He didn't remember to submit his assignment. Karena pada dialog kedua, woman say dia melupakan to send in his research paper. Hampir sama dengan D. He didn't remember to submit his assignment. Lalu ada synonym. Kita bisa lihat di sini dialognya dan pilihannya. Menurutku, pilihan yang tepat adalah B. Why? Karena she began a new job. Karena men say he just started working in a real estate agency. Dia start working in a real estate agency. Lalu ada example kedua yaitu similar sound. Jadi kita lanjut ke bagian who, what, and where. In this type of question, the answer is not correct. Instead, you must draw a conclusion based on clues given in the conversation. Pada bagian who, what, and where, biasanya kita lihat dulu contohnya. Nah, biasanya pada bagian who, what, and where ini, narator akan bertanya. Kita harus benar-benar merhatiin pembicara atau percakapan yang terjadi di audio, karena narator akan bertanya tentang siapa yang tentang siapa atau tentang profesi seseorang, seperti di example pertama ini. Can you tell me what assignment I missed when I was absent from your class? Men say you missed one homework assignment and a quiz. Narrator say who is the man? Jawaban yang tepat adalah a teacher. Kenapa? Karena men say you missed one homework assignment and a quiz. Jadi sudah terlihat jelas bahwa men ini adalah seorang guru. Lalu contoh kedua. Di contoh kedua ini adalah what. Lalu contoh ketiga ada where. Kita bisa baca atau kalau di sini kita baca, nanti pas kita ikut tes adalah mendengarkan. Kita harus dengarkan dengan teliti apa isi percakapan tersebut, dan kita harus baca lebih dulu optionnya apa aja. Lalu ada negatif. Negative expression, double negative expression, and almost negative expression are very common in a listening party. And the most common kind of correct response to a negative statement is a positive statement containing a word with an opposite meaning. Nah, di sini ada types of the negative expression. Kita bisa lihat ada bagian negatif, ada bagian double negatif, ada bagian almost negatif, dan bagian kooperatif negatif. Di sini ada keywordnya, ada example, ada meaning. Kita bisa lihat di bagian negatif keywordnya apa aja, di example-nya apa aja, dan meaning-nya apa aja. Di sini ada juga double negatif, kita lihat keyword example dan meaning-nya apa aja, lalu almost negatif juga, kooperatif negatif pun juga. Selanjutnya ada function. Expression of agreement, uncertainty, suggestion, and surprise are common in listening party, so you should become familiar with them. Nah, di bagian function ini ada expression of agreement. Di bagian expression of agreement ini terdapat positive agreement dan negative agreement. Contoh dari positive agreement, so do I, me too, or say, isn't it, and you can say that again. Lalu bagian negative agreement ada neither do I dan I don't neither. Lalu ada expression of uncertainty and suggestion. Di sini ada bagian uncertainty dan suggestion. Di bagian uncertainty ini ada isn't it, ada as far as I know, ada as far as I can tell. Lalu bagian suggestion ada why not, let's, ada why don't you. Lalu di bagian expression of surprise. Ada verb, ada emphatic form, ada example, dan meaning. Kita bisa lihat verbnya apa, emphatic formnya apa, example-nya itu apa, dan meaning-nya itu apa. Lalu yang keenam ada idiomatic language. Two and three part verb appear in summon question in listening part 8. These verbs are expressions that include a verb and one more particles such as in, on, or at. The particle change the meaning of the verb. Questions involving two and three-part verb can be difficult for students because the addition of the particle changes the meaning of the verb in an idiomatic way. Idioms also describe one situation in life but are applied to many different areas of life. Idiom question can be difficult for students because they seem to be describing one situation when they are really describing a different situation. Kita bisa lihat contoh dari idiom language. Di sini ada three part verb idiom. Kita bisa lihat di sini contoh-contoh soal yang akan keluar pada bagian idiom language. Lalu bagian 5 ada contrary meaning. Conversation about wishes and untrue condition or conditional sentence can appear in a listening party. Because these types of condition imply the opposite of the true situation, they have a contrast between what the person say in the conversation and its true meaning. Di sini ada bagian wishes dan untrue conditional sentence. Di bagian wishes ada point, example, dan meaning. Kita bisa lihat di sini ada point an affirmative which implies a negative reality, ada negative which implies an affirmative reality. Lalu ada a past tense verb implies a present reality, ada past perfect tense verb implies a past reality. Di sini contohnya untuk an affirmative which implies a negative reality, ada I wish I had time to help, ada I wish I did not have time to help. Lalu ada contoh untuk ke past tense, verb implies a present reality, dan past reality. I wish he were at home, I wish he had been at home. Lalu pada bagian untrue conditional sentence ada point. An affirmative condition implies a negative reality. Ada a negative condition implies an affirmative reality. Dengan contoh, if she were at home, she could do it. And if she were not at home, she could do it. Kita bisa lihat juga di bagian person reality dan past reality-nya. Next, kita masuk ke part B long conversation. Di part B long conversation ini terdapat dua bagian, yaitu before listening dan while listening. Di bagian before listening adalah langkah-langkah sebelum kita diputarkan audio percakapan. Jadi read the option for determine the topic and question. Jadi sebelum kita diputarkan audionya, kita harus membaca dulu optionnya untuk menentukan topik dan pertanyaan yang akan diajukan oleh narator. Lalu the while listening. After trying to determine the topic and the questions, you will listen to each conversation in listening part B. And you should be thinking about the topic or subject or main idea based on each conversation. Sign the first one or two sentences generally give the topic. You should be asking yourself what the topic is while you are listening carefully to the first part of the conversation. Jadi pada bagian listening kita dapat menentukan biasanya ini di bagian while listening saat percakapan diputar itu akan ditanya siapa, di mana, dan kapan. Kurang lebih seperti itu. Di sini ada contoh dari anticipating topic. Jadi di bagian before listening kita bisa menentukan topik apa yang akan dibahas pada dialog percakapan melalui pilihan yang akan kita pilih. Jadi kita harus baca dulu nih pilihannya apa aja dan kita akan menentukan topik apa yang akan dibahas pada dialog tersebut. Dan kita dapat mengetahui nih jawaban apa yang pas dengan pertanyaan narator. Nah, pada bagian while listening akan terdapat pertanyaan seputar who, when, where, and what. Seperti who is talking, when does the conversation probably take place, ada where does the conversation probably take place, ada what is the source of information for the conversation. Lalu kita masuk ke part C, yaitu short talks. Short talks ini hampir mirip dengan long conversation. Why? Karena terdapat before listening dan while listening. Pada bagian before listening, you should therefore try to anticipate the topic that you will be hearing. For example, are the talks about American history or literature or some aspect of school life. A helpful strategy is therefore to look briefly at the answer in the textbook before you actually heard the talks on the recording and try to determine the topic of the talks that you will have. Jadi mirip dengan part B, kita baca dulu opsional untuk menentukan topik dan pertanyaan yang akan nanti diajukan oleh sang narator. Lalu while listening, as you listen to each talk and listening part C, you should be thinking about the topic, subject, or main idea for the talks as you did in listening part B. Hampir mirip, jadi bagian while listening juga nanti akan keluar sebuah pertanyaan tentang who, what, where, and where. Kita lihat di sini ada anticipating topic. Hampir mirip dengan long conversation. Yang penting kita harus baca dulu optionnya apa, agar kita dapat menentukan topik yang akan dibahas, dan kita dapat menentukan jawaban yang akan ditanyakan oleh narator. Oke, sekian penjelasan saya tentang listening comprehension pada mata kuliah TOEFL Preparation. Apabila banyak kesalahan dalam perkataan bahasa Inggris saya, mohon maaf. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.